What's up, peeps? Master Yoshi coming at you with another video. We're gonna continue our potential or food series. Um, so let's just jump right into it. Today should be a fairly interesting one, or a repetitive one, depending on how you look at it. Because today's monsters are the Pixies. Of course, we're gonna go over the awakened ones. That way, they get all their abilities and crap. So first one on the list is Tatu, however they pronounce it. This monster is decent. I wouldn't say she's like super game changing or anything, but she's decent. First skill's the same on all of them, so we'll just go over it this one time. 50% chance to put glancing on the enemy. Awesome in boss fights, awesome in PvP. Glancing is always good. Always. Always good, guys. Anytime you get somebody with glancing, there is a use. Even if all it is glancing, there is a use. Her second skill, Ignite. Attacks the enemy with a burning flame, inflicting cons damage for 3 turns. It's a pretty high chance that the cons damage lands on this one. You don't need super high accuracy, but still, I would put it on there just to make sure, and you'll see why in a second. You do want high accuracy on Tattoo. Third skill, Incinerate. Inflicts great damage by blowing up cons damage effects on the enemy. Inflicted damage is increased by 50% for each effect. So for each stack of cons damage on your enemy, you do more damage. It does take the cons damage off the enemy. It uses the cons damage as its damage. But with the right synergy and honestly fantastic runes, this unit can be useful. But like I said, you need great runes and you need the team synergy to make it work. So not just automatically when you summon you think food, but just know that you need the right runes to make this unit work, and you need the team to put a lot of cons damage on there for you so she can actually do her thing. Casey, same first skill. Second skill, AoE, attack speed drop for 2 turns on the enemy. Great skill. Summon shooting stars that attacks all enemies randomly. So it could attack the same unit every time, or it could attack all the units. I believe this is a 5-hit ability. It could be a 4-hit. I've never used Casey. I'm not 100% positive. It does more damage if it hits the same target twice, but she's a support monster. Her attack's really low. Plus, she's a 2-star. Her stats are really low. Honestly, this monster is either food or a despair bot. You could put her on despair, and she's got multiple AoEs. Most of the time, this isn't going to hit the same unit 4 or 5 times. So she's got multiple AoEs. You could use her as a despair bot to get stuns out. But honestly, just kind of a mediocre monster. There's not really much she's going to bring to you. Shannon, on the other hand, is the complete opposite of everything on this list. Shannon is the bomb diggity. Alright, Shannon is awesome. Yeah, I said bomb diggity. Come at me. Every early level player should get Shannon. Shannon's amazing. Same first skill, glancing. Awesome skill. Same decelerate, AoE, attack speed drop on the enemy. Awesome. And pep talk. Pep talk increases your attack power and your defense for 3 turns. 3. I don't know where my hand is. 3. And when this skill is max skilled, it's on a 3-turn cooldown, which means you got a permabuff. Your team is permabuffed. There's really 2 ways to rune this unit. You could go a swift build, just as a buff machine. You know, make sure she gets the buff on all your units before your team moves. Or the most popular build on her is a Despair build. Mostly because a lot of people are using her in dungeons, not as much for PvP. So, you know, Despair, she's got the AoE, chance to stun everything, and then, you know, just that random, you know, one stun. But Despair is the most popular. That's what I ran on my Shannon for a long time before I replaced her with a Massetti. On my alt accounts, I do have Shannon though. And Shannon is an absolutely amazing unit. Use her everywhere. I can't stress that enough, guys. Get yourself a Shannon. Put her on either Swift or Despair. If you have good runes, 5 and 6 star runes, you can go speed HP defense. If you have, you know, 3 and 4 star runes, you might even want to go like HP defense HP, or, you know, something a little more tanky. So you just have to mess with the runes depending on how far you are in the game. I promise you, you can use Shannon from level 1 to level 40 and beyond. Shannon's awesome. Cheryl, we're not really going to spend a lot of time on this unit. I think Cheryl is food. Let me know if you've used Cheryl in the past and I am wrong. Support unit again. Has the 3 turns cons damage, which is useful, you know, putting cons damage on the enemy. It is a 3 turn cooldown. I believe when you max skill it's a 2 turn cooldown. So, I mean, 3 turns of cons damage every 2 turns isn't that bad. And then she is a 2-star reviver. Most 2-star revivers are light units. So, but it revives dead allies randomly and fills up their HP by 15%. I'm not even sure what that means. Like I said, I've never used Cheryl before. Actually, I've never pulled her or farmed for her or whatever. But, I mean, even at max skill, guys, this revive is on a 6-turn cooldown. Which means if you really want to make her work, you're going to want to go violent and maybe run a Mav in there to increase her cooldowns or whatever. I just don't see a 6-turn revive being that effective for your team. Now, hopefully, you know, you don't really even need a revive unless you're going to do like raid or something. So, I don't know. Honestly, in my personal opinion, Cheryl is food. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. And Cameron, I feel like she's missing something. I feel like really Cameron she needs a little bit extra on. Same first skill, decelerate, same thing as 2 of the other ones. You know, the attack speed decrease on skill 2. And then attacks the enemy 3 times and recovers the HP of the inflicted damage by 50%. So she, you know, she has her own self-sustain. Max skilled, I think, is a 3-turn cooldown, so not too bad for a self-sustaining move. Her damage is okay. Cameron's damage is not game-changing by any means, which is why I say she's lacking. So if you want to use Cameron, she is a fun unit. If you want to use Cameron, she needs fantastic runes. I mean, you're really going to have to put forth the effort and say, I'm committing to making this Cameron good, and I'm going to put my 6-star runes on her and make her the shit. So in my personal opinion, I don't think Cameron is worth the effort. To make her good, she really has to have, like I said, awesome runes. So, you know, there's so many units that do her job a lot better. I don't think she's worth the effort. Unless you're just bored, you want to have some fun, you're like, you know what, I'm going to prove Master Yoshi wrong and build this Cameron, and I'm going to live PvP him and whoop his ass, by all means do it. You know, her damage isn't bad, it's just that she needs so much put into her to make her work. So, you know, at the end of the day, there's really in my personal opinion, 2 of the Pixies that are worth having, and that's 100% Shannon. I don't think there's anyone out there who will disagree with me and say Shannon is garbage. Shannon is in my opinion, the best 2-star monster in the game. We're not going to go over another 2-star unit that's better than Shannon. Um, so, you know, definitely get your hands on the Shannon. Definitely. And then, with the right synergy, with the great runes, she doesn't need the great runes like Cameron does to work, but she does need good runes. You know, don't just put your leftover runes on her if you actually want to use her. A tattoo could be useful. Um, I messed around with her on our 5 Summon Challenge account, and the damage from her 3rd skill is actually pretty decent. I've used her a couple times in PvP. I've used her in dungeons. She's definitely not useless, but her damage isn't just like mind-blowing. Like when she does that 3rd skill, you're not just like, oh, she just one-shot that dude. You know, it's good damage, not great damage. So, you know, I'm sure most people that, you know, watch this video are going to be like, Shannon's the only Pixie worth keeping. You can use the other ones, just be careful. And I hope you learned something from this video, guys. Hopefully this, you know, changes your mind maybe about a couple of the Pixies. And we will continue next time talking about the Yetis. So join us for our potential or food next time. Also, make sure you follow us on twitch.tv/MasterYoshi. I try to stream on there 2 or 3 times a week. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.